Okay. Hello, Soul.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
Doing good too.
Well, first, I'd like to thank you for joining us today for the interview.
Hmm.
Uh, just to recap, my name is Arlene Bloom. I'll be leading today's discussion, or testing, I should say, for Whale Tales, our whale watching app. I'm currently a grad student here at the University of Connecticut in oceanography. I'm working on a project in collaboration with Mystic Aquarium to develop an accessible whale watching app aimed to promote whale conservation awareness. Now, just to give a heads up throughout this interview, I'm going to be asking you some questions about mainly Whale Tail's current navigation flow, as well as wanting to discuss how we can improve on the app's accessibility.
Hmm.
But to make it clear, there's no right or wrong answers. The whole goal of this interview is to hear your insights so that we can design a well-developed and accessible app. So don't be afraid to give your full, honest opinion on it, okay?
Sounds good.
Awesome. And I know you already gave us permission, but
Hmm.
for the sake of recording, we have permission to record. It's not
Yes.
will not be shared with anyone. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. And just to provide insight on who you are, I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, like what you do.
Oh, what I do? Like as for work or
I apologize. Yes. What's your main occupation, and how has your experience? Do you have an experience with accessibility?
Mm. I am an occupational therapist. I have helped my patients become independent as possible, whether it's being independent using their phones, like their
Mhm.
cell phones, or using like their tablets, making their font size bigger, magnifying images for them, like showing them how to do these kind of things independently. So I am pretty familiar with this accessibility options out there, but I am excited to try um, your version, Arlene, for the Swale Tales app.
Awesome. I do appreciate the insight. Thank you.
Hmm.
And one final question before I provide you the prototype link.
Hmm.
Do you have any experience um, with whale watching, or
No, I would love to one day go whale watching. Um, I don't, I don't know. I don't, yeah, no, I don't, I have not, no.
okay? That's I appreciate the honesty. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So I sent you a message with the
Mhm.
Figma link. Let me know if you received it or not, please.
I got it. Yep. Should I click it?
Yes, please. And when may you please also share your page?
Ooh, yes, let me figure that out. Present now. Team project. Share. Can you see it?
Yep, I see it.
Ah, okay.
Let
Oh,
me see if I can.
so you can see my mouse moving. Okay, cool. All right. So begin with the tasks.
Yeah. So here's how we're gonna do this.
Yes.
I'm I know earlier on I emailed you the list of tasks for your visual reference. That said, what I'll do is I'll visually, excuse me.
Really?
It's one of those days.
That's okay.
Um, but I will verbally summarize um, each task, and from there I'll inform you Oh dear. I'll verbally summarize each task, and as well as ask you to go to the flow associated with it. So to illustrate, our first two tasks we're already in, package 1, story 1 through 3. After explaining the task, you'll have full control. Try to accomplish the task as natural, just as if you're a general user.
Mm-hmm.
And if throughout the process, though, I would like for you to express your full opinion on how, be it the layout, how accessible it is, how you would go about accomplishing the task.
Okay.
So that we can collect as much information as we can to, again, develop a well-functioning app. Okay?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So for story 1, we're going to be starting with task 1, task 2. The task 1, I would like for you to try locate and access, excuse me, the whale sightings. So to look up information about Minnie.
So this one. Ooh. Okay. Zip code. Do I put a random zip code? Oh wait.
I should note that this is just a prototype. So it's not all the components are going to work. So for the sake of the keyboard, just pretend you could just pretend you put your zip code in. It's
Got it. Well, I did on my keyboard. Oh, just hit stuff. Return. Okay. It didn't put it in though. Or change to numbers. I know you said things are limited though. That's the only thing.
yeah. So this is, again, it's just a prototype. So the
Mhm.
prototype keyboard, it just shows the letters, but you could just pretend right now it's just numbers.
Got it. And return, I guess. So let's enter. And then what do I do next?
So the task is, again, is to try to look up information about Minnie, or look in the whale sightings, look up information about Minnie. So how would you think about
Okay.
reaching?
So if I put my zip code in, I would want to, I guess, reserve a spot. Right? Because map access button. Oh, so I'm trying to find Minnie. Got it. So I guess she's here. Or has been spotted there. How to zoom in? Can I just hit Minnie? Hmm. Cool. Back to homepage. Book. Should we do that? Am I going ahead? Am I going too far?
No, the task 2 is related to booking, but I did notice you had some issues initially trying to find information about Minnie. Was it in terms of like the wording where it said the map access button, or was it?
Can I go back a couple steps? Is that okay? Oh no, I have to go forward. So just thinking. Yes, I would say I had trouble because I would think I would put my zip code in and then I would want to hit book. to see what's near me versus looking at, I think it said map options.
Okay, so in your perspective, when trying to look up whale information about a specific whale, it would be your idea of usability would be reaching the whale bookings page and then trying to find trips related to that specific animal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. I can unsee that.
So
for task 2,
yes,
the main goal with this task or general task request would be to add a guest while booking a whale watching trip, followed by accessing the e-ticket upon payment.
okay, so add a guess. Let's say youth. Guess 18 plus. There you go. So pretend to put their name in, or my name, I guess, plus that person. Blah, blah, blah. Last name, blah, blah, blah. Next. And then put the numbers in. Name of the card. Expiration date. Code. State the Visa. Confirm payment and set sail. Access your e-ticket, click on your account on the home. To access your e-ticket, click on the account on the home screen. So return to home screen. Trip. So I feel it's this one. Nope, it's not that. I did it again. Oh, I didn't put the date.
It's okay. So when I initially asked the task, I noticed you went straight to adding the guest. So in terms of adjusting the feature, would I guess how was your thought process in terms of the task? Was it just directly going?
For me, it was because you told me to put a guest. I didn't want to forget to put the guest in, and then I wanted to put the information in.
Okay, so because of the task, it was a direct. Okay, so
yep, more directed to, okay, let me do that first, and then I'll fill in the rest. And then I realized I forgot to put the date.
Okay, no,
no
worries. That's fair. That's an error on my end in terms of developing the task. But normally in the booking process, you would just naturally start from date to bottom.
Yeah, I would have went top to bottom versus bottom to top.
Okay, that's.
So I have to hit next page. I gotta fill this. How did you know I would pick adult? La 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 la. Wrote my name. Put the card in, and yes, so e-ticket access. Click on your account on the home screen. That's where I'm getting confused. Is this my account up here? Ah, there it is.
Okay, so the instructions were then confusing. Having in terms of like an accessibility perspective, having a feature directly on that final booking page would help.
You mean like if I say return to home, it would go straight to my e-ticket, or have a tab that literally goes straight to your e-ticket?
Uh, so if a person with a person with a disability were to see the current page just
Mm.
stating the instructions to go to the home screen, you think that in terms of cognitive processing, that would be a bit too much or too confusing, or like if someone with ADHD might just forget the instructions, and therefore to make it more accessible, having a direct, more straightforward usability flow, such as on that final page, have a direct button that says go to e-ticket now, or maybe instead have it sent directly to email so that they would have uh, to know where to find the information easier.
Um, yes, I think if, say, like you said, someone had ADHD, I would think it's okay that you said go to your account page, but I think a backup of sending it to your email is just like another, I don't say safeguard, but like, um, kind of like a reminder, like, oh, they got this ticket and now it's
Mhm.
being sent to their email versus them trying to look for their account page, right? So you said account page.
Yeah.
I said, I think they're just going to be clicking too many buttons after that if you tell them to go to account page.
Right, which
But,
can then be kind of a bit of an overload with trying to processing information. That's understandable.
mhm.
Okay. I appreciate the insights. Thank you, Sol.
I hope it makes sense.
I full I I'm 99.9% confident that I have a full understanding.
Cool.
But in all seriousness, I do appreciate your perspective,
Hmm.
and we have accomplished, or at least satisfied, I should say, the first two tasks. So story one is done.
Okay.
Now for story two, it's going to focus on the game. Uh, where the title of the game is a work in progress. But I would like for you to start the game, and during the game, you are going to discover an unknown entity.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this task 4 would be to figure out what the unknown entity is using the game guidance.
Ooh, okay. So begin.
Please.
Right. Aim. Underwater. Option. Underwater background. What's this? Oh. I was trying to go here. Same thing. What is this? Oh. Interesting. Close logbook. Oh. Oh, I know. Check that. Do that. Do this. Do that again. Close. Am I forgetting something? If I hit pause.
Okay.
Huh. Okay. Did I not complete it?
The task wasn't completed, but you definitely gave a big red flag that needs to be noted to the development department. So the gist of the task was to have the logbook be the in-game guidance. So
So it was supposed to tell me more stuff.
the goal was for you to click on the in the text the logbook to access the information.
Mm, okay. Should I try?
But
I'll try again. Because I don't think I clicked the book. So we'll go back again. Because I thought I was just supposed to. I thought I was supposed to read it
mm-hmm.
and then
So
not.
not be as the goal not being as the expectation was not as for the logbook not being as interactive than what we tried to design it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like I just saw like, okay, so I clicked all these things. Um, I guess to me I unlocked something. Here's
Mm-hmm.
what I unlocked, and then I would have closed the logbook to then try and find other things to find. That's what I thought it was like.
So being more, I don't know if fluid's the right word, but kind of a more linear gameplay style. You get the information's directly present.
Mm-hmm.
You can from there you can close the logbook and then continue exploring.
Yes,
That's it. Okay.
that was my thought process on that.
No, it's your information is greatly appreciated.
Um, so if I click the book, I see. Nice, a basking shark. Nice. And back to logbook. Oh, so I would have hit the image. Makes sense. Okay. Would I keep clicking? Oh no, because then I go back. Okay.
No, I should note that should have noted earlier. This is a sample of the game, but again, we knowing now that the amount of excessive clicking might be too much, uh, we can go back to try to develop a more streamlined approach with applying guidance. Do you think is there any additional though insights you have in terms of how the gameplay currently is to improve it?
Um, it almost seems like to me, it seems like a game where you have three images and one of them is it's different from the other three. So you have to find the odd one out, which is
Hmm.
why I was like, am I clicking the triangle or the rectangle? Like which one is the
Oh,
odd one out? Like, so that was one. But then I noticed after going through it, I was like, okay, so I'm clicking either or just to find the random image that's telling me to click where. And so then it turned in my mind like, oh, so it's like almost like a hide and seek, like find the end goal, find the reward at the end. Um, and that was where the logbook came in. So then I'm like, okay, cool, logbook, closing, gonna go back into the game to find more other logbooks.
okay.
So you're at, like exploring and finding other stuff.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Um, yeah, so the initial, okay, so
Was that a lot?
sorry, no, but no, I apologize. It's I'm just processing in my brain. So
Mhm.
the current rough draft designs were a little confusing as to how you maneuver the characters around,
Mhm.
and in turn, your initial idea of the game was more just kind of as you said, kind of like hide and seek. You explore until you find a clue, in this case, the logbook. But the logbook itself, instead, you weren't thinking, you didn't, your initial thought was not being really interactive, just directly showing you what you found and for the information. And then from there, you can continue exploring.
Yep.
More like a quick one stop rather than further diving it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think if you were more curious about it, yeah, I would want to click the image. But I think you needed something to say, click here for more information or something like that. Or a little
Like a little tutorial.
symbol or, yep, tutorial first, if anything, but a little symbol that says, okay, so if you hit the little star on the top, it will tell you more information in the tutorial setting. After that, you should get used to it. You wouldn't need that little sign that says tutorial. And then you go back out and I would explore more to find more logbooks.
Okay. Okay, I do understand where you're coming from. To make it easier, making it an easier user experience by having some more obvious pop-up guides, so to speak.
Yes. I think, yeah, as the first time playing, you don't assume the person knows how to play it, I guess. Like, just start with how to play the game, and then once they've completed their own task of, okay, they have to click this tab, they have to click this, then you have a page that says, congrats, you did the tutorial. All right, now go off and explore the ocean or something. Find more logbooks.
Okay, that does make sense and would provide a better user experience just for both neurodivergent and non-neurodivergent people. Excuse me.
That's okay.
All right, I do appreciate the insights again. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
no problem.
So for now, we can go back home.
Okay.
All right. And now we've accomplished story tasks 3 and 4. So now we're going to story 3. Story 3 follows the social media feature of our app. For task 5 and 6, I would like for you to organize and manage the social media content by liking a post, sharing it with others, and then saving it to your personal collection.
Okay.
And throughout the experience, I would like for you to explore and note any usability challenges you encounter.
Okay. Social media. Okay. Let's try Instagram. Oh no, Snapchat. Ooh, scroll. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first thing? Organize.
So so task 5 is organize and manage social media by liking a post, sharing it with others, and saving it to personal collection. Task 6 was explore and note any usability challenges. I only realized now that I should have flipped that over.
It's okay. I hit that. Oh, this one. Video clip. Ocean giant, so close. Symbol of light.
Oh.
That's cool. See to collection. I think I did it.
You did. You accomplished the save collection task.
Okay. Share the content. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Snapchat. Oh, sorry. Just want to see that again.
Nope, no worries.
I think if you had a little X mark up here, like a grayish tone, light X mark.
A more obvious close button
Yeah.
to make it a little easier to understand how to exit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Oh, go back. Go back. I click anything else? Nope, just that. That. Huh. Okay. Go back. I like that, you have one tab. Like if I go back, like your social media is all, it's not like different icons until you click it on here and then you go to the specific icon that you want to go to. Kind of like when you're organizing your home screen folder,
Hmm.
where all your social media is in one folder. I like this. And then the Snapchat thing is fine. I like that I can scrolling down. And then I liked everything about, you know, liking the video, saving the collection, and then sharing the content, except for, just putting a little X mark on the top.
Okay. But in terms of like an accessibility perspective, do you think it's it would be considered an accessible like layout
Well, hold on. Um,
or
the scrolling could be overwhelming for someone. Like I know Snapchat's not like this, but it kind of gives me Instagram vibes with the scrolling. But it's
okay.
um I think if you I don't know, it is kind of all like that. Just map. I think if for someone who has poor attention, they're gonna be overwhelmed.
So like if ADHD, it might be a bit too stimulating for them to focus on what they're trying to look for.
Yeah, like if
Hmm.
okay, so you hit Snapchat, I feel like have I know it might be maybe it's too much steps, but like organize it into three parts. Like you have videos, maps, memes.
Oh, okay.
And if you if they want to look at a meme, they'll click the memes and the meme tab, and a bunch of memes will just scroll down for them to look through. Same with the videos, and maybe the maps too. So
Okay. So kind of like how initially done from the homepage to social media, try to break down the organization, how to organizing the content a bit further. So
mhm.
that's a little bit more, I'm not sure if streamline's the right word, but it'd be a little easier
I think it'd be
to follow.
easier to concentrate what you're trying to do versus getting distracted.
Okay. Awesome.
Hmm.
I,
Hmm.
I never didn't think about it that way. Nor did we realize that that content was more Instagram than Snapchat.
It's okay.
Okay. But I appreciate the insights once again.
Uh-huh. I mean, at least with this kind of layout, if off topic, but like if you go on Snapchat, there is like a tab where you can see a bunch of videos, and it's kind of layout like this where it's like random videos, sometimes ads.
Hmm.
So you're not wrong with that. It's just more Instagram to me. It kind of reminded me of the scrolling down.
Okay, no, that's understandable.
Hmm.
I thank you.
No
So,
problem.
all right. All right, so now we are going to the final two stories for prototype one, which
Hmm.
is related to conservation information. So feel free to either click on the conservation button or you could click the package one, story 4 through 5.
Oh, okay. So click either, you said?
It's your choice.
Let's do this one. I'll hit buttons. Ta-da!
Okay, so for story 4, um, I would I'd like for you to, okay, I'm going to switch the task order a little bit here. We're going to go probe the search query process from the home page up to the search results and back. And as well as if you can, as well as try to input all the query types, such as like books or articles, to access the search results page.
That was a lot.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I'm sorry.
so
We're going to try to find information about beluga whales.
sounds good. But I'm wondering, do I need to click on this?
No, you
No.
don't need to click on
Okay.
that.
So I guess the first thing I would be the query search, is what you said.
We're gonna click if you the guy try to explore the query search option uh up to the search results and then head back and then try to input all the query types to access said search results.
Okay. Input all. So this one, this one, this one. Mm-hmm.
In terms of the layout, do you think that the text, like the layout, is fine, or should there be an option to like maybe adjust the text size if it's too small, or
I think it's small for me. I think you can make it bigger. I don't know. How would you do this? I feel like if you have the one bulletin point first, like it's like all one line, and then the query type is under that
okay.
article. I'm gonna call it article. Then it could be good use of space. um, right, and then like these kind of I don't know. They remind me of articles, and then like the book results. Can I scroll down now? I don't know how I would lay out that one because you clicked every single thing. Maybe not having the images.
So try to focus more on utilizing text to provide the information versus a combination of text and imagery.
Right, yeah. I think I think that's a good way to put it. Good use of space. If you could, I feel like you could do a a book result, but have like the bulletin point, the information of it, and like a small image of what the book cover looks like. Like I just think it should just all be linear all throughout.
Okay, so have a more linear style in terms of the results rather than a combination.
Hmm.
It'd be easier to, you think you would advise for an easier usability.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I understand.
Hmm. What's my next task? Go back.
Since we reached the search results page, you can go ahead and return back to the home page.
Oh, home. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So that was story number 4. So we're going to the final story for package 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be asked. It's still within that same category, the conservation, but this time I'm going to ask you to try to access the conservation article highlights, as well as overall explore the page and share your feedback about its level of accessibility. In other words, do you think this would be an accessible page or not, and why?
Okay. Okay, conservation. You said conservation news, right? Or no?
Conservation article highlights.
Article highlights. Okay, it's this one. Hmm. Oh. Oh, highlights. Maybe this. Can I click the image? No. Can I click that? Can we scroll? No. Just highlights. I like the highlights.
So I noticed it took a little bit to find the highlights, though. Do you think the button design was confusing was a bit confusing, or is the general layout like
I
not what you expected? Such as
I think I like this. I like the symbol. I just when you said highlights, I just thought it would say highlights.
oh, you were thinking more of just having like a verb, an actual letter, not an actual versus a symbol. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it would say highlights. Like I said, I like the symbol. Layout looks good, and then this is like perfect. It's just giving you a little brief summary of everything. So
In terms of accessibility, though, do you think there might be ways to improve it?
this part here, um, no, I think for me it's pretty. I think it's pretty simple. Like it gives someone who wants to look for specific information, they're gonna find it in here, like in the bullet points. I think it's fine. The lettering is good. It's pretty good. Maybe make it a little bigger, but again, I'm on like a computer here and I'm wearing my glasses, so it's like I have to lean in a little bit more just to see it. But I think the layout is fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, I do understand that. I do understand the current how it's being presented is a bit obviously different than what would be expected on an actual app. But I do appreciate. I sound like a broken record, but I'll say it again. I
That's
do
okay.
appreciate all the insights. But okay, we finished package 1. So now I'm going to ask for you to go to package 2, stories 1 through 4.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to
Some
click
of,
it?
mhm. Now, the cover page is exactly the same. We figured to try to keep that consistent. But as we go through the different features that we tried to redesign it to be less linear and more modular. I forget the exact term.
Mhm.
But some of the tasks will be similar, notably like helping us identify any issues in terms of accessibility. But other than that, some of the tasks have been tweaked a little bit. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for story one, it's related to the whale sightings and bookings. But this time I'm going to ask for you to, besides exploring the whole content and providing feedback, I would like for you to evaluate whether or not the whale map options would be considered an accessible feature. And when we reach the whale bookings page, I would like for you to schedule it to April 3rd so that we can, and it's, let us know if if the booking process is intuitive or there's your experience or you find this whole process to be bad.
Oh snap! Okay. Okay. First things first, though. Whale sightings. Explore that. Oh, I hit a button. Explore
Yeah.
that part first. Where's squirt? This ends by clicking on the info icon next to the main info. Oh,
I should have noted that we also adjusted the bottom page to instead be a drop down button. I apologize.
no, that's fine. So you can go home, you get in help tab, I think, and then the accessibility tab.
Mhm.
So you told it's on Explore the Journey, Explore its friends. You click on their names? Oh, wrong person. So I was right, the info tab. The pink whale. Would you put an image of like Minnie herself when you open this tab?
So the final prototype would involve an actual image of Minnie the whale. We figured to make it less distracting to use just random sketches or symbols to pretend that it's an actual whale.
Oh, that's fine. I see a typo, but that's okay. Okay, so mini maps. Map one. Map one. I feel like map one, it's simple, but I don't think I can relate to like where they can be found.
So it'd be, in other words, map one would be a little more challenging to understand versus map two.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it's simple, but I know that's land versus what these round circles mean to me. Like, what does the center circle mean to me? Like,
Okay. So
location wise.
yeah, we tried. Okay. So the development team tried to imitate, sonar, like a sonar radar,
Mm-hmm.
since it's a whale watching app.
No,
But
it makes sense that you did that. I just think the person using it, I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like they see maps like this all the time versus a sonar map.
okay. So in terms of general usability, then map two would be a lot easier to use and understand versus map one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm. Um, oh, book a trip, I guess.
Yeah, so task two is related to the whale booking, but I'm going to ask you to reschedule the booking date to April 3rd. And as well as let us know if the whole process is naturally intuitive or if it's too clunky.
No, I like that. I can't go back, but the way it was, it had like different dates, and you told me specifically April 3rd. It kind of gives me the idea of like, oh, these are what they have available versus scrolling to a date, scrolling to a time, and hoping it works out.
Okay, so in terms of like booking, like a booking, when you're on a booking feature in general, having you prefer the option, those options where it gives you the only dates available versus trying to pick any date or okay.
Yeah. If you, because you are a company who are booking whale trips, so if you have a specific schedule, I want to know your specific schedule versus
Mm.
trying to guess like, oh, okay, are they available this certain day at a certain time? Like, I'd rather you just tell me this is what we can do, and that's final, basically.
Having more concrete information
Hmm.
of its of the how like its availability. Okay, I can see.
I will say I almost did click on the date itself in order to change it, but I did see this
Okay,
um, because you did say, remember, change the date and time. I'm like, okay, well, this tab is here. I like that it's bold. Maybe if it was a little bit bigger, but I like that you just have it here and then it gives you the certain dates and times. So,
okay. So another then idea would be to try to just resize that change date and time button so that's a little bit more explicit.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm. Then you put my name, last name, email, next page, put the card information, da 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 da. Da. Verify payment. I like I like that it transitioned into that. That was good. And it still has the date and time on top, like what you're booking as a reminder. Email and ticket. Nice. Beautiful. Love that new page.
Thank you. So to summarize the booking experience, um, in terms of like a using it usability perspective, having following the option to terms of like days and times, focus more on presenting it strictly in terms of availability. So with as you saw, just showing which dates are which dates and times are open for you to choose
Yeah.
versus a general map or not map, general calendar to try to pick a day and then hope
Hmm.
for the best,
Yeah.
as well as adjusting the layout a bit, but more specifically make the date and time button bigger because
Right.
your initial instinct was to actually click on the day versus okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
And if you were to do, say, a calendar layout, at least block, like gray out the areas that are not available.
Hmm,
And then you click on that day and it shows you the times that are available that day. But
okay.
in, yeah, overall, that my feedback.
Hey,
You summarized it well.
well, I do appreciate though you conducting the user testing for us. We do really appreciate it.
Hmm.
And that is the end of story one.
Oh,
so
okay.
so we're gonna go story two, like in prototype one, that will be the game. So but this time what I'll got ask for you to do is to play the mini puzzle game, or at least a sample of it, I should forewarn,
Uh,
and assess if the instructions are intuitive to the player, i.e. you, or
uh,
not.
game. Ooh. Okay. Oops. Garbage ahoy. That's funny. Ooh. Mm, oh. Click. Oh, instructions. That's why. Take note of where the garbage bags are placed on the grid. Use your cursor to interact with the grid. Mm. I would have a little X mark again.
Okay.
Again, X mark again.
Okay.
Um, oops. Oops. Oh, here. Go back. Oh, home. Oh, that
Okay.
was
Yeah, again, this was a sample of the mini puzzle game, but I noticed you went ahead and just started playing the game. So in terms of the instructions, well, besides adding the X button to make it more obvious, do you how would you advise how would you imagine presenting the instruction to user when being introduced to this game? Would it be just like like an random pop-up, or do you think providing it in the home in the drop-down bar? What are your what were your initial thoughts?
I think it needed to have a pop-up before I started clicking. A pop-up that showed the instructions, like
Mm,
when I hit the information button.
mm.
I think that needed to be the pop-up. Hit the X mark and play the game. And if you had to go back to wonder what the task was, you could hit the information tab again. If you needed to, you complete the game. Um, I think that's what it needed to be like, because I didn't know. I was like, oh, what
R-
is it? What is that? I just start clicking everywhere.
So because of not having having a more direct guideline, step-by-step guideline for tutorial, your initial instinct was exploratory, just play around with it.
Yeah, and then figure it out.
Nope, that's fine. That's good to know. So provide step-by-step guideline, initial pop-up, but as well as additional guidelines in case a user needs to go back, and the importance of adding the X to the pop-up
Hmm.
symbol. Okay, I understand. Thank you. All right, so we got to story 2 done. Now let's go. We're gonna swim on swim on over to story 3.
So I'm on to story 3. Got it.
So story 3 is related to social media.
Okay.
So besides so, so for task 5, I would like for you to find and engage with a social media content about pinnipeds, if I'm saying that correctly, to share. And throughout your experience, please let us know or identify and let us know any accessibility challenges you would think you would encounter, or you think from your experience this disabled user would encounter.
Okay. Cute layout. Tap to explore. So I am click on the tab. Maybe it's this one. Oh no, marine life. You said pinnipeds. I got distracted.
It's okay. Were you distracted though by the icon?
Yeah. Like it made me want to go straight to hitting this.
Okay.
Click on that tab and explore. Okay, marine life. Because you did say pinnipeds, and I was like, that's something. I thought like I know this is social media, but I was thinking the articles tab again, the
Oh,
the ecosystem query for some reason, because it showed the news, and I was like thinking, oh, ocean tech is something different, or this is like an
okay.
article or something. Even though
So,
I know we hit social media.
okay. So the way the current this social media page is organized, you're initially confused because how it how how it's laid out and written. It's the automatic thought was it being a news like a conservation news article
Hmm.
page. Okay.
Yeah, it gave me research vibes versus social media vibes.
Okay, so trying to rewrite slash design so that it's more obvious that this is social media content, not
Yeah,
research content. That's
yeah.
fair.
Marine life exploring shares social media content learn. Well, so what am I explore? Yeah, pinheads. You definitely said it right. Mhm.
And just to reiterate regarding task 5, the task was asking to find and engage with social media content about pinnipeds to share.
To share the content, I guess. So that. Thank you for sharing. Little X mark again.
Now, in terms of an accessibility perspective, what would be your insight if a disabled user looked at this page?
I like that the icon is big. I do think you need like a divider here.
Okay.
Um, something I know you said other content related is here. Again, just more of that linear aspect.
To try to adjust the layout to be, I guess would the best term would be hierarchical, so that it's a little easier to organize
Mm-hmm.
or see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um, I do think maybe either make this bolder, like more centered, like this is what you're talking about, pinnipeds.
Mm.
There's the image, little blurb about it.
So readjust it to be vertical, starting
Yeah.
with the title, the image below, and then allow the user to scroll down to
Mm-hmm.
find out more information, and then but also segregate it in the sense that, as you said, like put a line through it, and then on the other side of the line would be the other content
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that other content could either be something you scroll to the side
Mm-hmm.
or it's just all there on that one page.
Okay.
Probably scrolling. But either way, I do think it needs to be separated.
Okay. And just to clarify though, with the scrolling, you were scrolling horizontally?
Horizontally, yeah, not up. I
Okay.
think if you keep the, pinnipeds on top, other content scroll to the side so you see others.
Ah, okay. So the other content to be scrolled horizontally, but keep the keep the main content
Up there.
above
Yeah.
and vertical. Okay.
Hmm. Um, but yeah, I do like that this is very out there. Like, this is what you're going to share. It's not like a tiny image. So I think that's good.
Okay.
Go back on the screen.
Excellent.
Hmm.
So we finished story 3. Now for
Okay.
story 4. It's related to search query, but we're going to be learning about, or I would like for you to learn about humpback whale vocalizations. And to do that, I'll ask for you to search through the articles and return. And once we learn about whale vocalizations, return to the named page and express to me any challenges or concerns you have with navigation.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Conservation. Pendium. I like the name. Mm. No. Cool. Hmm. I like this. It's not overwhelming with like information. I think in information, I mean like distractions of other images around it. It's just showing you the species, the name of the scientific name, and then this isn't as long, the information. Maybe just make it a little bit bigger, but
Okay.
I think that's fine. Inspiration. This is nice. I like it. Am I supposed to click anything else or just the humpback whales? Forget.
So we were supposed to learn more about humpback whale vocalizations.
Oh. So I was allowed to click that. I thought this, sorry, I know. It says, this to me,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, it's different now. For me, it looked like a going back, arrow back.
The icon was misleading to
I
symbol.
guess I just thought it was like the design of the the graph or the page.
Okay. So redesigning it to indicate that that is like a search box, like a search.
Yeah, or like a something to open,
Mm-hmm.
another page that's going to open for you.
Okay. That's understandable. Hmm.
Right? Because, yeah. For me, because right here, I thought it was just a reminder like you're looking up humpback whales.
Oh, I
That's
see.
why I'm
I
like,
see.
uh-huh.
It's not okay. Doesn't
But
help that it's pointing directly at it.
yeah, that's why I was like, oh, so yeah, she's giving me a hint.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so I read everything, like, okay, humpbacks worldwide. And I thought that was just basically it. So I didn't know I had to click this. So
Yeah.
contents, summary, test quizzes.
Yeah. My
It,
job is not to my job is try not to make the task leading.
yep.
But no, I do get what you mean with the sidebar with that icon, especially because I know that icon was used in other features for mostly for the drop tab. So that yeah, that would be very confusing. So I'll definitely make note to have the team redesign that.
Okay. I mean, I like the idea of it. Yeah, I just think maybe it just needs to be designed differently, or you just have
You just
like maybe it's not at the side, maybe it's at the bottom.
mhm.
Um, so like at the bottom and then it like pops upwards versus sideways.
Oh, okay. So
So yeah, you have like an info tab same thing, like that's the sidebar, but just at the bottom, and it just slides up, or you tap it so it comes up,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
So
get more information.
okay, so just move the sidebar towards the bottom to be a simple. Okay, I can see what you mean.
Mhm.
Cool beans.
Yes.
All right, we're almost done, Soul.
Okay.
Uh, so if you can please click on package 2, story 5, please.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay.
different.
Yes. So what I'm going to ask for you to do is to access an article similar to story 4. We're going to access an article and return to the main screen, expressing any issues in terms of navigation, as well as if you can check the accessibility of the article and content search process. So in other words, throughout your experience from this main page to the direct article and back, help us provide insight on, do you think this would be how we can improve to make this more accessible or easier to easier usability. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking for an article.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, education resources. Oh no, just course mode. Mhm.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just
go ahead.
no, I was just saying that in terms of the task, I realized I should have noted the discourse article to me, but
Ah, okay.
but
So, okay. Oops. Did I slide? No. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Back. Don't have anything else, right? Nope. So go back. That's it. Oh no. Home. Home. Did I complete all?
yes, you completed the task 9 mainly, but in terms of task 10, how
Good.
was how
Feedback.
the people what feedback would you provide to enhance the user experience in as terms of being an accessible feature?
Can I go back so I can go through it again?
Yeah, please do.
So do I just hit this again?
You don't have to click that again. You just need to click the.
Activation. Okay. I don't know. So you're telling me, so your task was to have me go through discourse mode, not article mode.
To find an article
Oh, okay.
and go back to the main page.
I do like the sidebar here. This is your focus. I don't know about article refresh, maybe because I don't know what discourse mode means.
Okay. So
Uh,
the yeah, the team was thinking in terms of discourse mode to try to find articles and re re readjust the article in terms of like as if you're doing a debate. So what would be the 4 points that would be for this article and versus against?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But in terms of the article refresh, you found you would think that would be a bit confusing for the user, be it a disabled or non-disabled user.
Yeah, it kind of gives me social media vibes where
Oh.
you're refreshing your feed
Okay.
for something specific you're looking for versus like you're going to keep refreshing for something you're looking for versus actually typing in what you want to look for. And then it tells you the 4 pros, the 4 cons of that article or this information.
Okay.
So, like, I think this is great. I like that it's separated. I think it's just navigating like what you're really trying to find. I think it needs to have a search bar, basically.
So readjust the framework. Readjust the layout to primarily use a search bar to find the content versus the article refresh button option.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was confusing for me.
Okay.
So I can only imagine someone who has a disability might just be clicking the button, not knowing what they're really trying to find.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like a game in a sense. Like click the button, something new will happen.
Okay, that's definitely perspective I didn't think of.
And then I think this is supposed to be like your info box. Tap into the action, select the news option, or is it just like a random thing?
So the idea is to have the mascot of the app, Squirt the sperm whale, be featured there and then speak to the user on how to go about how to go through this page or
Okay.
um
I think
the
of that paperclip guy from like, I don't know, what is it, Microsoft Word or something?
Flippy.
Like he's the mascot of Microsoft for Word, but this I see what you mean. I think that's a good idea. But again, just hitting that article refresh is like a game.
Okay. And that defeats the purpose. That would defeat the purpose of that feature.
Right.
So okay. We definitely need to fix that.
And again, maybe because I didn't know what discourse mode meant, but I do like the idea of it. Like you're finding something and what's good about this article, what's not good. Because most of the time, like when you're researching for something, it's always you, me, the person reading the article trying to find the pros and cons when it could just be given to me right then and there. I think that's a good feature. Most articles should have.
But reword it so that it's more explicit. So
Yeah.
like instead of discourse be like debate mode, for example.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Very simple, like more simpler.
Make it simple.
Make
Got
it
it.
simple. Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Well,
never
so
been on a debate team, so I wouldn't know what discourse meant.
fair. I have not been on debate team either, but what I can tell you is that we finished all 10 tasks.
Perfect.
So we've reached the end of the official user testing session. Though
Okay.
before wrapping this up though, I want to give you the floor and the opportunity to ask any questions, concerns, or any additional thoughts you have or might want to share with us regarding whale tails.
I think the app you're building is informative and it has multiple good functions in a way that it's informative. You can find the sightings. The other functions is you can find news articles about specific or random things. Like I feel like you're going to have everything all under one app. including the booking, and then if you want the games just to go along with it while you're waiting for your boat whale watching. Um, definitely little details of like those X marks on the boxes, like the closeout tab. Um, just some font sizing and just a little bit of the layout. I think it could be a user-friendly, accessible app for anyone.
Okay. So adjusting a bit, tweak the layout, tweak the text size format, or maybe apply a accessibility feature to enlarge the text
Mm-hmm.
and the X's.
And the X's. Definitely have that pre tip of how to play the games,
Yes.
or I guess throughout the whole thing, especially like maybe the conservation information, like, or even the social media too. Like you can have like, here's how you navigate here. This is what this button does.
Hmm.
Um, just like before you get into doing social media, before you're doing the conservation information, just like it's almost like not like a refresh, but like just information guidance of here's what this does, here's what this does, and so on and so forth.
Okay. So for each feature, provide like a mini, provide an initial mini guide or tutorial
Mm-hmm.
on how to explore that feature, but afterwards an accept provide a easy location for the user to go back and refresh the instructions if needed.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Thank you again, though.
No, thank you. Your inputs has been incredibly helpful.
Oh, thank you.
We
I hope it
appreciate your
was.
Yes, it was. We appreciate your time and insights. And
Mm-hmm.
meantime, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, you too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. How do I blog? Oops.